Sergio Perez's time at Red Bull may be over, but don't count him out just yet. While he's stepping away from the grid for the 2025 season, the man once known as the Minister of Defense could be gearing up for an epic return. That's the bold claim coming from his father, Antonio Perez, who has hinted at a historic comeback. The big question remains, when Sergio returns, which team will he call home? This speculation follows a challenging 2024 campaign for Perez. Despite signing a 2-year contract extension mid-season, his performance fell far short of expectations. Over the final 18 races, he scored just 48 points, a stark contrast to teammate Max Verstappen, who clinched his 4th world championship despite battling car balance issues. By the season's end, the gap between the two drivers had grown to a staggering 285 points. To make matters worse, Red Bull lost the Constructors Championship to McLaren, forcing the team's shareholders to part ways with Perez and bring his Red Bull stint to a premature end. Antonio Perez remains optimistic about his son's future in Formula One. Speaking to Soy Motor, he declared, "The best version of Checo Perez is yet to come. What's coming will be historic. Formula One has not seen the last of him." His words reflect both hope and defiance, emphasizing the unique challenge of securing a seat in a sport with only 20 spots worldwide. For Antonio, Red Bull's decision wasn't a failure, but rather a testament to the ultra-competitive nature of motorsport. For his part, Sergio Perez has taken a more reflective stance. In interviews following his dismissal, he admitted he hadn't anticipated being ousted and is now focusing on spending much-needed time with his family. Having been a mainstay on the Formula One grid since 2011, Perez spoke candidly about the personal sacrifices the sport demands. "My priority is to enjoy myself, to do things I haven't done before, and to be with my family," he shared. At 34 years old, he has given himself 6 months to decide whether he wants to return to Formula One or explore other career opportunities. Potential paths for Perez's comeback. While Perez's immediate future remains uncertain, speculation about his potential return in 2026 is already swirling. One of the most plausible opportunities could be with Cadillac, which is set to debut its Formula One program that year. General Motors, Cadillac's parent company, has expressed interest in fielding an American driver alongside an experienced partner. Perez, with his vast experience, could be an ideal fit for such a role. Perez has navigated a career filled with highs and lows, driving for both struggling teams and championship contenders. While his time at Red Bull didn't pan out as hoped, it doesn't diminish his value as a driver. Red Bull's car development was heavily tailored to Verstappen, meaning Perez's input carried less weight. A fresh start with Cadillac could provide the reset Perez needs to revitalize his career. Being part of a new team with a blank slate would allow him to leverage his experience to help Cadillac build from the ground up. Another possible destination for Perez is Alpine, a team known for its unpredictable driver lineup decisions. Pierre Gasly has already secured one of Alpine's seats for 2026, but the second seat remains up for grabs. While young talents like Jack Doohan and Franco Colapinto are in contention, Perez could bring the veteran presence Alpine needs to stabilize and steer the team forward. Alpine's 2024 season was a roller coaster. It started disastrously, with Gasly and Esteban Ocon struggling to finish races, let alone score points. However, a series of mid-season personnel changes led to a remarkable turnaround, culminating in a double podium at a rainy Brazilian Grand Prix. Despite this progress, the team lacks a solid driver lineup beyond Gasly. Doohan is set to join in 2024, but rumors suggest his contract may not last. Meanwhile, Colapinto's inexperience could make Alpine strategies under pressure. Unfortunately, those qualities were overshadowed during his tenure at Red Bull. The car's development was heavily focused on Verstappen's driving style, making it difficult for Perez to extract maximum performance. Even Verstappen admitted that the car was incredibly difficult to drive, though it happened to suit his style perfectly. Expecting Perez to match Verstappen's performance was unrealistic from the start, a point even Christian Horner acknowledged. However, Perez's challenges at Red Bull went beyond performance. Internal conflicts, team drama, and key personnel departures contributed to a toxic environment. For Perez, it eventually reached a breaking point. Despite efforts to make the car more suitable for him, his performances faltered, leading to rookie-like mistakes that further strained his relationship with the team. Even so, Perez's value extended beyond the track. He brought in significant revenue, particularly from his massive Mexican fan base, which only had him to root for. Horner understood this and tried to support Perez for as long as possible. But when Horner began publicly criticizing him, it was clear Perez's days at Red Bull were numbered. Adding to the tension was Jos Verstappen, Max's father, who reportedly didn't like seeing his son being challenged by a teammate. According to reports, Jos' dissatisfaction began early in the season when Perez won 2 races, intensifying the internal friction within Red Bull. The road to redemption. Fans of Perez need to remember that his last season with Red Bull doesn't define his career. In 2021, he played a pivotal role in helping Verstappen secure his first world championship, earning his nickname, the Minister of Defense. Wherever Perez ends up next, he has the potential to deliver big results. Looking ahead, the 2026 season will introduce significant regulation changes, including new power units and sustainable fuels. Teams will need drivers who can adapt quickly and provide valuable technical feedback. Perez's experience across various teams and car setups makes him a prime candidate for such roles. However, returning to Formula One won't be easy. The sport's cutthroat nature means even talented drivers can struggle to find a way back once sidelined. Perez will need to showcase not only his driving skills, but also his adaptability to the sport's evolving dynamics. While his break from racing could allow him to recharge, it might also leave him rusty compared to younger, hungrier drivers. What's next for Checo Pérez? Sergio Pérez's story is far from over. Whether he joins Cadillac, Alpine, or another team, his potential return to Formula One could be one of the sport's most compelling redemption arcs. His ability to adapt, develop cars, and deliver under pressure makes him an attractive prospect for teams looking to build something special. For now, fans will have to wait and see how the next chapter unfolds. Will Perez make a historic comeback in 2026, or will his legacy remain defined by his Red Bull years? Only time will tell.